like how you were all business and time on the other night, so we're going to do the same thing here.
I can do business.
Excuse me. Come on, Scott. What are you doing here? Don't be burping on the microphone. Come on now.
Being flatulent.
All right, here we go. Tape is rolling, everybody. Join us now for the final score, which begins in 3, 2, 1.
Another visitor. Stay a while. Stay forever.
This is the final score, episode 157 for Wednesday, May 14th, 2014. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the final score, the video game podcast for the rest of us. My name is Scott Johnson. That's Brian Ibbett over there. Brian Dunaway over there. I just got off the phone with him. I can't help it.
I'm like Brian Idiot.
Ooh, zing is what that is. That's a real zinger.
Zing. Smack talk.
Nicole is sick today. She's
totally sick, yo.
She has streptococcus. And
did you get that from Mark?
I don't know. We had this conversation earlier. We'd have to censor it here.
You would.
She's been ill for a while. Had this strep deal, and it's been real rough. So we said, don't worry about it, man. Don't freaking worry about it. Don't come on the show. Don't make the rest of us sick. Leave that stuff at home.
I don't want this. I don't want the pod strep.
Nope. I always wonder though. This microphone cover thing I have. This right here. I feel like I should wash that more. You know?
Oh, dude, for sure, because you're constantly spitting on that thing.
Yeah, every day.
To it, and yes, bad.
My big red clown nose of a pop guard. I probably ought to get it cleaned. But that's not what matters here today. What matters is video games, and we should hear from Casey later. I believe we'll hear from our good buddy, board game geek man Dan. He'll be here. And a reminder, before we get moving here, there are still only a few tickets available left at Nerdtacular 2014. If you want to meet me, Brian, and Nicole, and shake all the hands therein. This is your chance to do it in the same room. So come on, man, let's go. Come on down. Good times. Salt Lake City, Utah.
I'll shake your clammy Nintendo grabbing claw of a hand that you have. I'll shake it.
I'll shake your clam. What? Hey, what are you playing? See, I was like dude talk. Nicole's not here, so we can talk like dudes.
We can do the dude thing tonight.
That's right. So,
do we have a chat room? Are they in there?
Yeah, they're in there. They're all hanging out, doing the thing they do.
I gotta log in.
They said the video died. Did the video? No, video's still good here.
No, you're a bunch of idiots.
Did the video go down? Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Well, it says it's good here. Okay, well, we'll just reconnect that real quick.
So those watching this on YouTube, you'll get the full Monty, but these people in the chat room will get less.
YouTube is covered, and the audio folks are covered, and I'll bring it up again. So
yeah, I'm getting loading video as well. Mine says offline. I don't know. A great way to start a gaming podcast.
It could be. It's got to be stream. It's got to be Twitch. I'm not doing anything. Maybe I broke
Twitch. I've had trouble with Gmail today too, with my final score document and everything else.
Really?
Just dumping on me from time to time.
You know what else?
I'm wearing my Dropbox that Ryan gave me. Remember that guy?
Oh yeah, that's a great guy. We love Ryan.
I love that guy.
It's looking good, dude. Although I don't like how it splits down the middle for the zipper.
Splits down. Now it just says box. Maybe drop.
Drop, yeah. Drop on the right. So anyway, I apologize everybody for the mishap there. I don't know what's going on with this streaming video, but the audio stream is working. That's up. I can confirm that. And the video for YouTube is recording. So there you go. All right, enough of that stuff. Forget it. Just all go away. Okay, here's
Are you doing that podcast thing where you do the Diablo 3?
Yeah, it's called the Diablo Show.
Yeah.
It airs weekly on the FROGPANTS network. It's me talking about Diablo.
Mm.
And
now is it kind of like an American Me kind of thing that what's that show called in NPR? The
American Me.
American
Life.
Yeah.
That's funny you say that. No, but it's got some things you could say definitely tonally I'm going for something very different than I've ever done.
Right.
On that show. So if you're into Diablo and you're also into maybe experimental podcasting,
which I am.
Yeah, which you clearly are.
Right.
then I think you might want to do that because it's fun.
Right. So you played some Diablo, I'm assuming.
I've been playing a bunch of that as always. That game, they made the game I wanted. They made the Diablo I wanted and needed with this expansion, and it just is so good. I can get in for 10 minutes. I can be in for huge sessions. I can go in to just farm things. I can go in to have specific goals in mind. I can go in trying to find very specific gear or recipes or whatever. I can go in just to earn gold or help a friend level. There's a million reasons to go in.
Right.
And I like them all. So call me completely hooked, but maybe for the first time since, let me think back. Yeah, I'm going to say this. Ready? Get ready for this.
All right.
You're holding. You got holding something? Okay, here you go.
I'm holding. Right.
Not since Vanilla WoW in 2004,
Vanilla WoW.
Meaning the original launch of World of Warcraft, have I been
hated Vanilla WoW.
You did? I know you didn't like it at all.
I didn't like it at all. What, like level what? 30 or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Or something
but back then that was significant.
No,
that was significant because now you can get to 30 in like a couple hours. It's like no big deal. Yeah. But back in the day, that was really hard. But I was so hooked on that game.
You can buy your way in now.
Well, sort of. But I was so into that game. It has been since then that I've been this into something, and I can't stop. I can't stop.
I won't stop. I can't stop. And you're just doing this mono, right? Except for a guest. You bring a guest on, rotating guest, right?
No, yeah, it depends. Like little interviews here and there with people. That we had Ralph on talking about the strength of the barbarian versus the crusader and why that was a cool thing. And we have phone calls that come in and we play those through the show instead of having like some kind of weird designated segment for it. And just trying to change things up, trying to do things a little bit different, approaching it from a direction I think people aren't used to. So I'm very happy with it.
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like a really focused, narrow podcast on Diablo.
Yeah, it is. It totally is. If you're not interested in Diablo, I'm not sure there's anything there for you. But if you like it,
I listened to most of the first. I listened to most of the first episode.
Oh, I'm glad you made it that far. That's impressive. Kind of like you on the first act.
Right?
Get it?
I've been in the first act many times, my friend.
Yeah. So
many times.
I'm real happy with it, and the downloads are enormous for a first couple of weeks show for me. I've never had them be that high, so
it's huge because the game is ginormous, and Blizzard and Activision are having record year for just blowing it out.
Yeah, they're doing good jobs, or they're enjoying their success. Let's put it that way, and they deserve it. This is a hell of a game.
Oh yeah.
So I'll shut up about it now, but Diablo 3 is still kind of owning me. There's a new patch out this week. It's kind of a big deal. Been enjoying the hell out of that, and I'll tell you one frustrating thing. I'm going to share it again on the weekend, but not frustrating, but this is kind of what you can expect sometimes. So the other night I ran some Torment 3, Torment 2 Rift runs, which you probably don't know what those are, but that's something you do in the game. And it's super hard, really hard to do, but I'm geared for it so I can handle it. And I walked out of there with no upgrades, nothing but poopy drops, mostly just gold, no big deal. But that's how that's sometimes how it goes, and you just live with what you get.
Right.
I go back in with a buddy who needs to just farm something so it's on normal so we can just tear through it.
Right.
And the first barrel I explode, which as soon as I walked in, I see a barrel. Zap the barrel. It explodes and poops out a legendary item that I totally needed.
I'm taking that.
I took that, put that. Well, you get your own loot is instanced in that game, so you all get your own loot. Right. So I put that thing on, total upgrade. I walk a few more feet, blow up, I kicked over a corpse, and sometimes gold, sometimes nothing comes out of those guys. This time, he pooped out a recipe for a complete set that I could now have my blacksmith make.
I'm not gonna lie,
kind of rare and hard to get.
Every Blizzard game I've ever played, I'm just not a big recipe collector. I know
you don't have to be. You don't have to craft at all in this game, but the crafting's so easy and simple. It's actually really fun because all you're doing is like you're getting tons of gear you're never going to use. So you salvage that stuff, you burn that down into core ingredients, and then keep that. Just keep it in your storage, and then while you're all running around and you find this awesome hard to get recipe, ooh sweet, go back to the blacksmith. Literally just click a button that says make this. If you have all the ingredients, you just hit make it. And he makes it and you put it on. It's as simple as that.
Do you know how hard my eyes roll when I have to make something? I mean, just my headache.
It's
because
not
I'll
that
just,
kind
like,
of crafting, though. It's not like that.
It really isn't. But then I get in there and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go do that thing, and I jump in there. I'm like, blacksmith, make this for me. And he goes, you need 2 more of these. And I'm like, crap.
Yeah.
And then I go out and I think I got it. Actually, I got it now. I'm coming back. Come back to the blacksmith. Here you go, blacksmith. Nope, you forgot the egg.
Do you have trouble with real life recipes and going to the grocery store and getting the right items? Is that a thing you don't do well?
Absolutely.
If that's true, then that explains it, because that's as simple as that. It's just like, have a list, know what you need.
If I wanted to go grocery shopping, I'd play life. It's my favorite game of all.
All right, that's fair. That's a fair point. But you don't ever have to touch crafting even once if you don't want to. You really don't.
It's nothing like World of Warcraft crafting. I mean, it's very simple. It's pretty much just point and click.
Yeah,
And
completely understand. Anyway, so that's a game. That's the thing I'm playing. Also, very hooked on and quite enjoying. Is Mario Golf for the 3DS out now, brand new.
Yes, I was wanting to get this.
Blew off I haven't played the 3DS since I had my binge on that Zelda game that came out last year.
Right.
So I dusted that thing off, downloaded Mario Golf 3DS, and I've always been a Mario Golf fan. I think they're fun, whimsical Mario games, but they're at their core, they're really, really strong competitive golf games.
Right.
And this is no exception. It's really, really good. It's priced right. It's awesome.
Is it good as Hot Shots Golf?
Yes, better. Always been better than that. Yeah, I don't mind Hot Shots. It's fun. It's good.
Right.
This is, I mean, the original. I want to say the original Mario Golf for the N64 was from Camelot Entertainment, who made the Hot Shots series.
Right.
But that's not them anymore. I don't know who's doing it now, but it's all true to the core. It feels great, fun, great, awesome. My favorite part is the tournaments. You can set up these private tournaments or do the public ones, but I like the private ones because I can set one up and I can spread that number around and say, hey, everybody, go join this tournament. And all my friends and Frog Pants people can get in. And then if they go golf before me and then I go to do my 18 holes, and you'd laugh at that. I go to do that with those guys and I can see their ghost balls. So their balls,
your ghost balls.
Their balls are like flying all over the place for each of my, my strokes. Right. Their balls are flying. Oh, geez. This isn't getting any better.
Terrible conversation.
This is real bad. So if I'm on, let's say it's a 4-par shot, right? And I'm on the third shot. I'm seeing everybody else's third shots as well. And I see everyone's putts at the end. Kind of all, they're not all standing around, but their balls are moving without them all over the place. That's just, you can't talk about this without referring to the balls in that way.
You can't.
It's really, really fun. I think it's a totally good game. Some people have complained because there's DLC that the only way you can get the new courses is through the DLC, but it's $15, and if you're enjoying it, I don't think it's a big hit.
Oh, so the core game is, or the DLC is $15?
The core game is $29, is it?
What are you people complaining about?
30?
That's cheap for Nintendo.
It is. That's what I'm saying. That's my point. But then again, some of them are saying, well, it's only cheap because those extra courses are going to cost you, or the season pass for those courses is going to cost you $15, and now you're back up to the
me because I'm never gonna get the DLC anyway.
Yeah, if you're not going to get that, then you don't care.
No,
you don't care. It's fine. Exactly.
So that actually works out good for me.
It's really good. If you like video game golf games or portable golf games or Mario Golf or Nintendo games generally,
right?
Then that game's great, and I'm totally loving it.
Does this make you want to play the tennis?
It's really well made. No. Mario Tennis does not interest me as much.
Not at all? Because
this is like a turn-based strategy game in a way. Golf always has sort of been. And it's a different experience. Playing a tennis game it's all action and just I don't know. I'm not into that. Don't care about that.
No.
Mario Golf 3DS, get it now on the eStore, the E thing. What's it called? The
Nintendo store.
Nintendo eStore. E-thing. E-bag. E-balls. I don't know. I like it, though. Oh, and I didn't mention. So the thing I like about it the most, I think, is the RPG elements in it.
Oh,
so
really?
It's funny because my Diablo addiction leads right into this because after every match, you're unlocking new stuff and getting gear, essentially. So I unlocked the original black and white Game Boy set, which is hat, shirt, gloves, pants, and it's all colored and has like buttons on it, stuff that look like an old 3DS, or an old Game Boy.
Does that look cooler than it sounds?
It doesn't look very cool, but you look like a nerd, really. It's bad.
Right.
But it gives you all these stat bonuses, so like an extra 7 yards on my drives, and an extra control or sweet spot on landing on the green, or a bonus to how well I putt or whatever. So all of those stats keep getting bumped every time I get a new ball, or I found a new club, or I unlock a new pair of pants. Or whatever. It's very, very stat-driven RPG kind of stuff, and you unlock it by playing. So it's great.
Right.
I really like it. I like that a lot.
I'm excited about
and
that.
And you people, listen, you
frustrating.
people out there, who am I referring to? That's right, you people.
You people.
You people want to play with me. You want to be down with OPP. You need to get that game, and then I will start publishing these codes on Twitter like I did on the first one. Which, by the way, I took 3rd place in. Brian Ibbett took 7th.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just throwing that out there. Anyway, I'll put those up publicly, and we can all play together. And I don't even know if I don't think there's a limit. I think it's as many you want to play as can.
So you got beat in your own tournament?
Oh yeah, a guy got 10 strokes under me too. He was. That sounds bad too.
Everything about this game is perverted.
That guy got. So I was. I want to say I was 7 under, which is pretty good. Working with a 0 handicap, I've been feeling really good about my game. And that guy got 17 under, and I don't know how he did it. That means he got some holes in one. That means he got a lot of double birdies. I don't know what's happening with him. He's amazing. His name is, I think it was Jeremy or Travis. No, Travis. So Travis.
Yeah, Jeremy, Travis, it sounds the same to me.
You did a good job there. Way to go, Randy Travis. Maybe that was his name. Randy Travis. He says, I'm gonna love you forever. And ever and ever. Amen.
Why is Coverville in the chat room?
I don't know what he's doing, but I like it. It feels right.
Yeah,
it feels right that he's in there. Now he says another dig. It's funny because they're all on the audio lag now because the video's not working, I guess. Is it not working? Some people see it, some people don't.
I'm seeing it. I'm not seeing it in Google Chrome, but I'm seeing it in Firefox.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Something's up.
Explain that.
Something up that's got nothing to do with me. I wish it did. I got the bandwidth. It's not me.
Right.
All right. So Mario Golf. Check it out. Check it. Wildstar beta for the PC. Now, I have said on this very show
I'm interested.
That I have been disappointed in the past with the early sort of closed beta period for Wildstar. Right. I was not blown away. I was not really impressed. I was kind of super bored. I didn't really like it. And I thought, well, that's disappointing because I was really looking forward to this animation style and this quirky story and this new place to play in. And, like I was kind of excited. Then I played it and I went, oh, okay, well, this may not be for me.
Not so Wildstar, huh?
The open beta, though, I don't know what happened. I don't know why they were holding back so much stuff, or maybe they've been cramming, but it's pretty good. Like,
really? What
huge improvement.
Distinguishes it?
Well, they fixed the UI, and I know they hired an old Blizzard employee to do the UI on this thing.
Good plan.
Last minute, like recently, that guy went over there and like fixed their UI. It's so much better now.
What's he kind of like? Did he come in and kind of go like, move?
Yeah, like the old, who used to do it? Was this Fallon, wasn't it?
Yeah, Fallon used to do that.
He was the tech support guy. Right.
Oh
he
my
was
gosh.
the IT guy.
We'll see it in the chat room in about 10 minutes. Everybody else can scream at their monitors or speakers now and go, with you big morons, it's blast.
That's funny.
Move.
So what was my point? I forgot. So all that stuff is better. Interface stuff is better.
Right.
It looks better. The towns used to be real empty, in my opinion. Like everything was just real barren, and now that stuff is just full of life and all kinds of crazy stuff happening. The quests are really fun. The initial opening zones are really kind of cool. Right. Like I think they might actually be onto something here, and I'm having a turnaround on it. I don't know if I'm ready to eschew my love for World of Warcraft for something like this, but it is an interesting alternative for sure. Right. And I guess I'm surprised they turned it around. I maybe they always knew the open beta was going to be good, and they were just doing a build that was just poopy and knew it. But I think that was bad for them. I think a lot of people got kind of an early bad taste in their mouth.
I don't think they were doing that. I think they probably released what was stable, and there was probably some really good stuff that happened along the way, and they're like, we can't release it because it's not stable.
Maybe.
Which is smart, but also, like you said, it can leave a bad first impression. Like I think that's what happened to the Star Trek Online game. I remember when I played it, I was super stoked to be in the beta.
Yeah.
I pre-ordered it and everything, got in there, and it just seemed I just got bored really quick. But once it got released, the content got there eventually, but it was too late.
Yeah.
It was just too late. Everybody was done.
I mean, this is, Blizzard, when they do a beta, it's always almost finished. Like,
Right.
they don't do betas unless it looks like a finished game by anyone else's standards. And because they've set that example, I think it's hard to match up to that. And if these guys could have done that, they would have made a better impression. Or maybe they didn't need to do this other beta testing. Maybe they could have just waited till this open beta and really impress people, because it's a much, 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 much better experience than it was even 2 months ago.
Is it going to separate from the monthly money?
No, they're going to, well, here's what I predict, but they're going to be, they are a subscription game at launch. That's the plan.
Right.
And that comes out in June something.
June the something soon.
Out of beta in June.
June finish.
Sometime in June. June-ish. But I give them a year and they'll be free to play. It's just the way this stuff goes.
Yeah, and it's not a bad idea. It's really not a bad plan. I mean, if you go ahead and go in and go, how about people want to pay $14.95? Do you? No, free to play. All right, fine.
Yeah, in a way, I guess. I mean, some people see it as just a failure. Like, if you can't make it work that way, then why'd you try to do it? But I would submit that these games are in development for 5-6 years, and 5-6 years ago, a pay-to-play game was the way you did it. And to retrofit that at some point in the last year or so is probably an untenable prospect. So I feel like they probably had to do it the way they did it, but there's no way that stays pay to play. There's no way. There's no way.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it and I've watched videos on YouTube.
Yeah, and
I want to play it and I'm interested in playing it, but I don't see me doing it long term.
Yeah. Me neither. I mean, WoW's where my love is. Right now I'm a little bit, I mean, WoW and I aren't getting along that well. I mean, we're getting along, but we're just not. I'm just not. Whenever there's a new expansion on the horizon, I get like, I just want that. Now, Blizzard did a thing for me that I'm really grateful to them for, which is they released Reaper of Souls and blew my mind. So I got plenty of Blizzard in my life. You know, that between that and laying in bed with an iPad playing Hearthstone, then I don't know what else you'd even ask of a human being than that. That's a fantastic world to live in.
They're ruling your life right now.
They're the best, man. That's why they're the best.
All right.
It's so crazy. They went from 0 to launch in a year with Hearthstone, and that game is predicted to make $30 million in 2014 alone.
Man, I'm telling you, the card system, that's been around for a while.
But it's a free-to-play game that doesn't really force you to buy anything, yet they're still going to make that much money.
Because people want it.
Well, the rest of the industry should pay attention, because obviously they know what the hell they're doing.
Right.
I'm obviously a fanboy, and I admit it, but there's a reason Blizzard is doing what they do. There's a reason they're successful.
I've been playing the crap out of Hearthstone on my iPad, and I just got an iPad too, so it's a little bit laggy. Just in the initial start, the initial start's kind of slow, and I'm like, come on, let's go. But then once I get in there, I do pretty good. I have found out that I suck.
Oh, that's not unlike me. I'm not great.
Right.
I'm okay.
And I think that's by design. I think you're supposed to suck levels 1 through 10 because I got what do you start out as a mage? Is that right?
Yeah.
And so
you play the whole tutorial with her. And by the way, she's not. Yeah. A lot of people think, you just give up on her and move on to a cool character after that. Totally not true. She's still rad.
She's totally rad.
Yeah.
I played against one class and I was like, holy crap, these guys are kicking my trash. I can't remember who it was though. Let me see where my iPad is.
Well, they're all good.
What's that?
Here's the thing. If you talk to Dills at all, he'll tell you all about the metagame, and the metagame in this game is devious. There are people who know every in and out possible deal, and they've got decks that are crafted exactly and the right way to take noobs like you to town.
Bastards. I bet they would, because I've played against real people a couple of times.
Yeah.
Got my hand just got just bad.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's all I do is play people now. And I need to rank up, actually, because at the end of the month, you get a new card back every time you hit a certain rank. I missed the first one, so I really want the next one. Point is, bottom line.
It's free? Do we mention that?
It's totally free. Of course it's free. Doesn't cost you a damn thing. And there are some of the top-ranked players have never spent a dime. I mean, that tells you something right there.
You know me, I'm never going to spend a dime.
Yeah, you're cheap as hell.
I'm that cheapskate. Give me some free cards.
You also played, I don't want to hear about Rocket Birds again. You still playing Rocket Birds, huh?
Did we talk? I thought
we did a little bit.
Well, we talked about Nicole played it, and she talked me into getting it, so I got it. And then I played it, and it was fun.
Hold on, you recorded it.
I recorded it. Yeah, I did a little recording on the YouTube.
Let's play it here. Let's see what we got. I want to see what we got here. We got a little sound to it and everything. Hold on. Skip ahead here. Okay. YouTube's slow today.
It is. Every game I play, though, is always because I'm always getting hit.
You're doing like a talk-through thing.
I'm about to play a little bit of Rocket Bird.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Which is bad for your audio capture, but good for me.
Hey, whatever, man. It's fine.
But yeah,
It's still fun though, I guess. Yeah.
it's still fun. It's Rocket Birds. It plays on just about any PC I put on. You know, it's about 2 stars above a Flash game, maybe, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. It seems a little flashy anyway. Flash game, I mean.
Right, exactly. But I've had a lot of fun with that. What I did get to play, though, that I didn't think I would like at all. I decided to, because you inspired me from your free-to-play playing a couple weeks ago. When's the last time we recorded? It's been like 3 weeks, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, quick, I should have mentioned that. I apologize for the lack of this show for the last 2 weeks. We had a plan. So the Friday got jacked. The Friday we normally would record got jacked up because of a client thing. Now that's a permanent thing, so we had to move the show. So we thought, all right, we'll bump it to Wednesday. It's only like a 3-day delay, so see everybody Wednesday. Wednesday rolls around, and Nick's in surgery that day all day because of his appendix came a calling.
He's all complaining. My side hurts.
So that was my son, and he was all freaking out, and he was in pain. So we had to go do that. Did that. Got home the next day. Like, well, I guess we just do a show the next Wednesday, and that's what this is. So,
and now Nicole has the mononucleosis. What does she have? Strep, and so yeah, she can't be here. So which I hate because I love Nicole.
I did get a reply from her. She said she fell asleep and she still feels like crap, and yeah, she was not. So.
I fell asleep. Usually the excuse is I'm still playing BioShock. That's usually the excuse we get. Yeah. I'm sorry I'm late. I was playing BioShock. All right, so. Anyway, this is a kind of a first-person shooter kind of free-to-play game.
Guns 2.
Guns 2.
Gun with a Z at the end.
Right, and this is kind of got that Japanese flavor to it. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, the first one definitely did, so I assume this does better.
More of the same. You remember Mirror's Edge?
Yeah, I do. The sliding under stuff and running on the roofs.
Running on roofs.
Obsidian was all hot for that chick. Remember that?
Right. It's more butt in this as well. Lots of butt. You pick a character and you follow the butt. That's what you do.
Okay. The tutorial tells you just follow the butt?
You follow the butt. Actually, what it says was pick your character and you get so many credits to start out with. And of course, you can buy more credits. It's free to play. But I was like, okay. And so I went through and I picked a dude character because I was like, I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to sit there and follow an ass for 2 hours. I'm gonna pick a big buff guy. And so I picked him, but then for some reason I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't purchase it. And so then I just went back.
So you had to follow that guy's butt for 2 hours. Then.
Right. So I fell back. And so now I got the girl, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But she's got the shorty shorts on. So.
What, you felt sexist because you were looking at her butt the whole time?
Because I'm too distracted. I'm looking, I'm like, oh, look at my butt. Lean over. Look at that. Look. Whoa, I'm picking stuff up.
I noticed something about me the other day. I don't ever play girls in games ever. Unless it's the core, the main character is a girl. If it's Tomb Raider, what else are you gonna do? But when I'm playing WoW or a MMO or even Diablo, I never play the girl characters ever.
It's about half and half for me. It's according because I consider girls usually to be more agile in most of my video games, and sometimes they're a little bit overpowered. And like
in a strategy, or like in an MMO or an RPG or something, there's no difference. They're just a lady avatar versus a dude avatar. They don't have any extra power.
Usually in that case, I pick a dude just because I can relate. I'm like, okay, I'm pretending to be this person. I can pretend to be a dude because I know what that's like. I have no idea what it's like to be a lady.
Well, you know Matt. So Matt Anderson, right? Dark Anders in the community. I was playing Diablo with him earlier, and he was playing a lady monk, and
lady monk.
And I wanted to ask him, like, what drove you to play a lady version of the monk? And I never did ask, but I'm always curious about what are people's preferences. It never even occurs to me to go lady, ever. I never do. I never want it. It's not like I'm like, oh, I can't be a lady. It's not like I'm freaking out. I just don't. It just is never in my head to try it or even care. It's just like, oh, male thing, okay, go. And I'm in.
Right.
It's weird, right?
But
a little weird.
It is weird. It is weird. But anyway, back to the guns.
Yeah, back to guns with a Z.
Guns 2. It's really fast paced, man. I mean, you're just like going nuts, and I was constantly running into the room where everybody was at because that's just typical stuff where you respawn at a location and you have to run to the fight, and it's just like this constant pile on of people in the center of the room, and everybody's better than me, of course, because I never didn't play long enough because I only played a demo's worth. I didn't never had a chance to really get good enough at it.
Right.
But I felt pretty comfortable near the end. I was able to do some pretty sweet moves of walking up walls and flipping behind people and shooting them in the back of the head or knifing them a couple of times. You know what I mean? A little bit of violence.
I understand.
So it's different. Yeah, so there's a lot of violence in this game, which I like.
All right.
But it's free
worth
to
playing,
play.
man. Worth playing.
Free to play, but don't do like I did and just get in there and not understand the point system, because sometimes I get in a hurry when I'm playing video games and I just want to get to the action part, and I made some poor choices.
Points are for jerks. Points are for jerks.
Poor choices.
You
but
also Dishonored then.
Yes, I picked up Dishonored.
Is it on sale or what happened there?
It was on super sale. GameSpy, I think. GameSpy, that's not right. GameFly
GameSpy
has their
gone.
digital service, and they got their May 20 off coupon or whatever it is. I think it is May 20 off. Anyway,
May 20 off, like 20% off.
yeah, 20% off, and they had it for sale for like $5.99. It's on sale a lot of places for $5.99, $7.49. Anyway, GameFly the best deal. Picked it up there, got that and the DLC, the first release DLC, and I think it was like $5. Activates on Steam, so I'm like, sweet, I'm in, do it. So I downloaded Dishonored and I played through probably about a demo's worth. And I don't want to say that because I actually said I bought it online, and somebody on Twitter said, "You just gonna play a demo's worth?" And I said, "Shut up, no." And so far, that's all I've played.
Shut up, no. Okay.
Shut up, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just now getting into that. I always hate talking about games that were kind of popular back a couple years ago, because everybody's like, "Oh, we've heard it, Brian. We've played Dishonored. We've already had the discussion about Dishonored. Welcome to the party." And but it's so far it's been entertaining. It's very stealthy.
Yeah,
At least the way
I
I
like
play
it. I think it's a cool style. I dig it. I
Right,
have it
you
as
can
well,
play-
but I kind of quit playing it when Diablo came out.
Right? You can play it. You can play it stealthy, or you can balls out, run through like Mario Golf 3D. But you can just. I'm really
Mario Golf 3D.
right.
Hey,
I
listen,
really-
Mario Golf, one of the you mentioned something like ripping through it. There's actually a feature that I don't remember being on the GameCube, and I could be wrong, or even previous Game Boy versions of Mario Golf. But when I do my shots, if I'm really in a
Right.
hurry, as soon as I hit them, I can hold the right shoulder button,
Right.
and
Right.
everything speeds up to like 1,000%
Oh, that's awesome.
between shots. It's awesome. It's great.
Nothing worse than sitting there watching that ball sail through the air
And
for
slowly fall down a hill into a pit or whatever.
bunk, bunk, bunk. Just get on with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dishonored. Been playing that. Like I said, I wanted to play very stealthy. I didn't want to get busted at all. But I chose right out of the gate. I chose one of the not the hardest level, but the next to the hardest level. I don't know if I could pick the hardest level. It's probably locked. But I picked the next to hardest level,
Yeah.
and that just wasn't happening. I tried to sneak up on some people, and I did sneak up on one guy, stab him, but then immediately would get busted, and I had to kill somebody. So
Well,
yeah, that's not going to happen.
All right. All this is good news. Good news is no news. Okay, tell me about the dumb
Right.
Godzilla game, because that can't
All
be good.
right. Okay.
The
as we
movie's
all
getting good
know,
reviews, and I'm excited about that, but I don't know how I feel about a game tied into it on a phone.
It's going to be awesome. The movie, I can't wait to see it. IMAX has it tomorrow night between at 7 and 9. Thinking about going seriously. Also, did you read that article I sent you about the 3D, the cinematographer?
No.
Or I twittered you about it. The
Missed it.
cinematography. Yeah. Anyway,
Cinematography? Got it.
cinematography. That's what I put. I put cinematography on it.
Okay, all right.
I always say it wrong. Anyway, yeah, he was talking about don't go see the 3D version. No, he was actually saying it was fine. He just says he hates filming in 3D because it's such a pain in the butt. Anyway, speaking of pains in the butts, this Godzilla iPhone game,
Yeah.
it's a pain in the butt.
Of course it
You've
is.
probably you've seen the trailers. I'm sure you've seen the trailers where they the guys are skydiving.
Yeah,
and
they're
they
falling
got
out of the sky with the red streamers on their feet. Yeah.
Right, the red streamers on their feet, and they're trying to land on Godzilla for Lord knows what reason. And so
I'm going to find out
basically,
this weekend. I can't wait.
I can't wait to find out why these idiots are doing this.
Sure.
So yeah, the game is like that, but you got when you're playing, you're parachuting down, which is cool. I like parachuting down, and of course on an iPhone you got your little sensor there that tells you when you go left and right, and so that's what this game uses. Your was it gyro sensor?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what you're doing. You're trying to guide your little parachute dude.
That sounds
through
terrible.
through the city,
Yeah.
and you got these little arrows, and I have no idea what the arrows mean. All I know is that when I don't follow them, I hit the building, and no matter how I hold my phone, I can't get through the last dang building, and I've been playing it for like 2 hours.
It sounds like crap.
It's not a very good
I'm not
game.
going to play it. I assume it's free, right? It's free?
It's free movie tie-in. I mean,
because you're playing it must be free.
Yeah, absolutely, it's free. And are you kidding me? This game is free. It doesn't look all that great, and it's not all that fun, and it's about what you'd expect. But hey, it gave me my little Godzilla fix because I can't wait to go see that.
Yeah. Well, I'm into that.
Yeah, and
movie.
that's I've played some other games, but I can't remember them all because it's been 3 weeks since we last did this.
That's kind of a big deal, though, with you to play that many games in a week. That's fantastic.
Right.
Good job.
I've been trying to keep up.
Nicole played Strep. She was playing Strep 2000, which is the hot new game. It used the Infinity engine, and it's in her throat. So there you go.
It's in her throat.
I don't see Dan or Casey yet, so we'll go into news, and then hopefully those.
But
guys
that's okay because it's Wednesday, and we usually do the Friday night, but we're on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Chat room looks healthy tonight.
Yeah, that's fine. It's good. We'll get the word out more that it's. So here's the deal. If you're listening to the show live, then you already know this, but I'll tell everybody. Our new regular time, for the time being anyway, unless we tell you different, is going to be Wednesday evenings, 5:30 Mountain Time, 7:30 Eastern. And if you're on the West Coast, that's 4:30 p.m. in the afternoon. That's
East Coast represent.
Currently, Nicole's sun worshiping time is 4:30.
Right.
For me, 5:30. For Brian, 7:30. And we'll do it live. And if you are paying attention to Twitter, we have links we post and all that other stuff. So anyway, that's our new time. That's how we're going to do it. Get used to it. Hey, look at this.
Ooh, they must have heard you, Scott.
I'm going to add him right to the call here. Oh, you know what? I have a theme for Dan. Hold on. Theme is... ladies and gentlemen, it's Dan Patrice.
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
I got it right, didn't I?
You did perfect, man.
All right, thanks, man. Hey, did I tell you our good buddies over there at Cryptozoic sent me a copy of the DC card builder, deck builder game?
Yep.
No.
And the expansion.
Heroes Unite?
Yeah, which had, like, I guess you can kind of standalone it, right? Or do you have to mix them? I don't know how it works.
No, they're you can mix them, but I would not recommend it at first, especially if you're just learning the game.
Oh, really?
They're both standalones, but the best way to do it, there's kind of, I don't know did you get into the base game yet? Have you played it at all?
I spent like an hour and a half getting my head around rules. They're not hard, but I always like to do that, kind of like some toilet time with the rule book. And so I did a bunch of that. This weekend, my daughter and I and a couple of friends are all going to dig in deep. So our plan is this weekend, really.
That's cool. Well, give me a holler if
I'll need your advice as my guest.
For like 5 minutes.
I may need your advice. So you and I'll hook up with you offline and get that worked out.
Yeah, it's no problem because it's easy to teach and you can actually mix and match, but you need to take like the different sets. Like there's superpowers in it. You take like all the superpowers out of one set and take all the superpowers from the second set. That's the best way to mix them. If you just throw it in one big pile, it's gonna.
So you just mix those decks and then craziness ensues. I mean, when I first looked at it, I thought, oh, okay, makes sense. We'll just combine decks like you do with a Munchkin, a couple of Munchkin sets or something. But after looking at what's in those decks, something was fishy. I'm like, I don't know if I want to just mix this. Like
you can actually use either set of superheroes though, which is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, that seems
that
cool.
Won't change anything up either.
Yeah. So what I may do is put them all together, so they're just there and they can be used on either box set, and then just start with the one and then try the other and see how it goes from there.
Did they send you Martian Manhunter and Starfire?
I did. Yes, they were in there as extra bonusy card things.
Yeah, they're promos. They're really solid.
And they're hard to get, aren't they?
Yeah,
if you're not...
the Martian Manhunter is taking a while. I'll probably bring a few to Nerdtacular for any of the listeners, just because I've got a few left over.
That's awesome. Anyway, I'm really stoked, and Cryptozoic, those guys are just awesome. So
they're so good over there. They support our charity event every year so much, and they're one of those companies that's just solid. They make some great games and
good people.
They use that same engine that DC uses.
Yeah, what's it called? It's
called the Cerebus engine.
That's it, Cerebus engine. That's it. Yeah.
That's it.
And
they've got the Street Fighter that just came out, and that's the one that the Lord of the Rings uses as well.
Oh, that's cool. And Lord of the Rings, people like that one too. That one's done all right.
Yeah, they've got the first one, the Fellowship, and the Two Towers, and the Fellowship's probably a little bit better than Two Towers, but the other ones will be coming out later in this year. I think the Return of the King will be.
They got a lot of Blizzard blood over there, so there's a lot of that sort of. It's one of the things I like about them. is I get the feeling anyway that a lot of the core mission statement / principles of a company like Blizzard seems to have carried over into the way they
Corey,
run.
I think, didn't Corey work at Blizzard for a little while?
He did, a long time. He was in charge of all their merchandise stuff and had something to do with the TCG and a bunch of other things over there. He was a big shot. And in fact, at the time, Kat Hunter worked for him there. He left. She took over that job. Now he started Cryptozoic. Cryptozoic is doing what they're doing, and now she has left Blizzard and is now working for Corey again. So yeah, they've just got that DNA, that Blizzard DNA, which is.
And he's a genius, Corey. He's
smart guy.
And I don't know if you've checked out Hex at all. There,
I have. Yeah, it's awesome.
It's real good. I've been playing in the beta since because I was a backer, so it's a solid game.
I done supported it, in fact, and I got to interview him for the instance once, which was a real treat. He's just he's a super smart guy.
Yeah, he's an awesome. I interviewed him about a year ago, and it was and the guy is just so open and just so nice that he just opens everything up to you. You can ask him anything.
Yeah, he's the man. All right, we'll open up a couple of boxes for us, will you, today?
All right, what I've got this week, this time of year, we're starting to get into the award season because you've got the Spiel des Jahres announcement will be coming up soon. That's kind of like the big Oscars of board gaming and stuff. And the Dice Tower announced their award nominees. And I've got a game it's a nice, another family game for you. It's called Rise of Augustus or Augustus.
Okay.
Now bear with me. I'm going to explain it pretty easy. And I know I'm probably going to get a good laugh out of Dunaway on this. It's gamer bingo.
Okay.
But I'm kind of not really selling it, but it is a lot better than it sounds. So you've got these cards, and you'll be working on 3 cards each, and you're going to try to you'll have a bag that has these round chits in it. They're about the size of a $50.
You say round shits?
Round shits? Or did you say chits?
Chits. I'm sorry.
Oh, so wait, for the non-informed like me, what's a chit?
A chit basically is a little piece of cardboard.
Oh, like a chip, like CHIP.
Kind of like a chip. Right.
Oh, I thought you said
chits
chit.
in board games are kind of like they're like cardboard pieces.
Okay.
Cardboard
all right.
chips.
So Brian, you got that little round shits. You got it. Okay.
Got it. I'm
so you take your little round shits out of the bag. and what they've got is there'll be 7 different symbols that are on these little pieces on these chits on a chit. So and each card has anywhere from 2 to basically 7 things on their bingo cards, and you'll draw one little piece out of the bag, and there's going to be a symbol on it. It'll be like crossed swords, a shield, a catapult, and there's different amounts of each one of them. So like a dagger, there's only 1 in the whole bag. So there's different rarities of these things in the bag.
Right.
And there's also 2 that are wild. So you basically, when you pull one out, you're going to put a little meeple or a little Legionnaire meeple onto your cards.
You're using all these words.
I'm sorry. I hope I'm
That's
not.
all right. Meeple, we remember. Okay. We got that.
I remember Meeple.
Yeah.
So now, unlike bingo, when you draw one of the chits out, you're only going to put one of your meeples out, not going to just put on all of the cards. Just put one at a time. Now, when you complete a card, you'll end up getting a bonus. But when you complete a card, you got to scream, "Ave Caesar!" But if you're like me, you just scream, "Ave Johnson!" So you just
of course you do. Everyone does. If they're smart, they know what's good for them.
Can I play with this with my grandma and her friends?
Yeah, I mean this was up for family game of the year from the Dice Tower.
Right.
You could play this from anywhere from 8 and up. Now, where the strategy lies is each one of those cards actually has a power that once you complete it, you'll either get to put 2 more down on somewhere else, or there's some attack cards where you'll force somebody else or everybody else at the table to take some of their meeples off their cards. And then there'll be some end game bonuses that you have to push your luck to cash in, that you can do that. And there's also different, there's other ones that you have to choose which card you want to do next. So there's a little bit of strategy. It's really a quick and easy game. It's a ton of fun. It's about 30 minutes to play. You can play from 2 to 6.
Wow, that's me, yeah.
And it's usually only anywhere from $25 to $30 from Hurricane. And I want to say Asmodee is who puts it out here in the States. But I'll be bringing this. It's really portable. You can put it in a little black bag. It's pretty much the bag you pull in your chit out of. You can put all the cards and everything else in there.
I'm not gonna lie. If I saw this on the shelf, I probably wouldn't get it. The cover art doesn't do the justice of what you're telling me.
And isn't that sometimes happen, Dan? Like some of these games are such hidden gems, and they don't have the marketing or the artistic prowess or the whatever to get like the first couple of versions in front of enough eyeballs to really make it happen. And I know you get a lot of like sort of viral treatment online, and if a game's good, people are going to talk about it, but that kind of mainstream, like just Brian hanging out in a comic shop's not really going to grab it.
What's funny is with a lot of board games, the one of the big knocks on a lot of board games is a lot of times the real good games, they just have a picture of an unhappy European guy scowling on the cover. And it's like, well, that doesn't sell a game. So that's why the board game industry is so heavily reliant on reviewers, podcasters, video reviewers, and
you know what they should do? Hire some artists.
Yeah, you think that's it?
That might
I think
work.
they need more good board game artists.
Right.
Well, maybe Brian and I should be hired more. Maybe that's what we're saying.
That should be our new business.
It's our credo. Yep. Well, fantastic. This sounds like a good one. Give me the name one more time.
You call it either Augustus or Rise of Augustus, depending on. Usually, Rise of Augustus, you'll probably end up finding it online because that's when they released it over here on this side of the pond. They called it Rise of Augustus.
And best place to get it?
Probably just Amazon.
Yeah.
Either Amazon or Cool Stuff Inc. They've got some
Cool
good.
Stuff Inc. Never heard that one.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, I bought that Love Letter one. What's it called?
Oh, that's awesome. I've been meaning to bring that up soon. Love Letter is an amazing game.
I guess it's just called Love Letter, isn't it?
Yep.
And it comes in a little
That's
red
a great
bag,
game.
and it's got a few cards, and it's really real simple and easy. And I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but I got it.
It's the perfect game while you're waiting for getting your food at dinner or waiting on a table
good.
and stuff like that.
Right.
I was thinking this is one of those adult games you buy in the adult stores.
Oh yeah, Love Letter.
It's not.
It's an easy game. You basically you draw a card, play a card, and
right.
and you want to do each time it's so fast that when you win a round, you just shuffle them up and go again, and it's basically you get
This
whoever
does
wins
sound
4
just
rounds
like
wins.
sex.
That's right.
Brian,
And
you find it in the corner of Spencer's. Your mom doesn't let you go. If you know what I'm saying.
Love Letter, it's been ported to so many different people have put out like X-Men versions where they kind of put the art on there and you can print those out and stuff like that. It's pretty crazy.
Well, that's
and
awesome.
Less than $10 too.
Dan is the board game man, and he comes on the show and talks about these things. If you want to learn more about him or follow him, where do they go?
You go at Geek Jock Blog or check me out on the Geek All Stars podcast, and
That's
I'll be
fantastic.
getting some threads going on the Nerdtacular so we can get some board gaming going and see what people want me to demo.
There does seem
6
to be
weeks.
great interest in all of that, so I'm very stoked about it, and it's going to be awesome to have you there. Thanks again, Dan. We'll see you next time, buddy.
All right, guys. Well, be good when you're pulling out your chit.
Right on.
Yeah.
Pulling
I
out
like
your
that.
chit.
That Dan makes me laugh.
Here's a hoot.
I like it.
I like it too.
Love Letter. I'm looking at this Love Letter board game. It looks Victorian.
Right.
Good job.
Right?
I like it, but I do like that game he explained. It looks like fun when you start looking at the pictures and stuff. I'm on BoardGameGeek.com or whatever.
Yeah.
It looks interesting.
Yeah, it
but
looks good. It looks good.
Valkyrie needs food badly.
I need
A
food.
little bit of news for you
Nudes.
this week. Nudes. Microsoft is following Sony's lead. Microsoft Xbox Live Gold has been restructured. Open access to Netflix, Hulu, and all that. No more kind of paywall to get to Netflix, which is so
stupid.
ridiculous.
was
How that lasted that long, I still don't know. I guess enough people still paid for it. But somebody online yesterday on Twitter was saying, and they would have been somebody kind of in the know, but they had a prediction. Is it Pachter? Michael? Some industry analyst guy was saying that watch Microsoft shares plummet as a result because they're going to lose a ton of gold subscribers because most of the reason those people are still there is because this box requires it for the paywall to get to Netflix.
Right.
Possible, but I don't know if it's that big a deal.
I don't think it's a big deal at this point. I think it's kind of like this. The people who have I think the people who have Xbox Live Gold, they're gonna migrate to the Gamer Gold, which is still required so that you can play your online games with people. But this only drops down, so it goes, okay, if you buy an Xbox One and you don't want to have to pay for the stupid subscription service, you can still watch the Netflix and the Hulu. So it's exactly what we said. It's an entertainment center that you can hop on and do that, which is what they're trying to kind of come in line with how PlayStation does. Plus, they're going to kind of go, okay, as well, you get these mini games for download for free when you subscribe to the Gold Gamer Live thing. So I don't think it's going to really make I don't really think it's going to make much difference as far as money goes, but I think it's going to be a little bit towards goodwill.
Yeah, maybe.
And
now this other rumor that they're dumping I don't even know if it's a rumor anymore, but they're going to strip the Xbox Kinect. Is it for real? They're doing this?
Well, what they're doing is they're creating another level. They're going, okay, we have the Xbox with the Kinect,
and then we have an
now
entry
we
level
have-
one. Yeah.
with entry level, which is the same price as the PS4. So they're kind of like trying to compete directly.
But I didn't think this was a done deal. I thought this was all rumor that they were going to announce at E3. This is official, or is this guy just saying maybe?
I've read says this is it's a done deal. Pretty recent news. Let's see.
I'm trying to see as well. So it says here, in defending the decision to strip the Kinect motion sensor from the Xbox One. Well, that sounds like a real deal. Hold on, I'm going to click that link because this is definitely an opinion piece. Here we go. $400 Xbox One without Kinect coming June 9th. Drops live gold requirement for streaming. Yeah, so absolutely that seems to be the case. I think that's fine. I mean, basically market conditions have said people don't care that much about the Kinect sensor. So unless you're going to do something amazing with it, why keep it tethered to the box and have that be $100 more? I mean, basically, for people to complain about this or that we somehow lose out is kind of silly because the reason it's not happening is because we didn't buy it. So I don't think
it'll change my mind any, but I don't know. If mom or dad is at the store, it's a birthday gift. $100 is a big deal. You go, okay, they said they either want an Xbox or they want a PlayStation, and we got to kind of decide. And one's $100 more than the other.
Well, I'm a lot more likely to get one at this price than I was with the Kinect because I don't care about the Kinect at all. At all, I don't care. Now, this you can email me and tell me I'm wrong 100 times over. That's fine, but I really don't care about it. So, as a consumer looking to save a little scratch, this is a good move for me.
Right. I would buy the one with the Kinect, but that's just me because I've always enjoyed the Kinect on the 360. So, but
have you really? What'd you ever do with the thing? What'd you do with it?
We made sweet love together.
Well, I don't doubt that. But did you ever enjoy a game that used it? Give me an example.
Oh yes, the Gunstringer was a really fun game. I played the crap out of that, and also the.
How long did you really play it though?
Well, about as long as I played the 360, and then I put it up and said, "I'm done with this crap. Where's my PlayStation at?"
I mean, I really want an Xbox One, but I've been on the fence for a while because I just feel like this weird stuff's being shook out still, and it still is being shaken out. That's
the only thing I think that probably concerns, true gamers is kind of like, okay, this thing's still shifting a little bit. Let's wait just a little bit longer and see what's going to happen here. But to mom and dad and grandma, they don't give a crap. It's like I said, they go to the store, they see the price, they make a decision.
I don't know how this is going to go, but that's happening, I guess. That's kind of weird breaking news. Nintendo's prepping a new console, but no release until Wii U owners are satisfied. This is a weird thing.
It is really weird.
Why do you think?
I guess they're afraid. I think they're just. Honestly, I think Nintendo just doesn't know what to do. I won't lie to you. I think they're just flummoxed. I think they're afraid to do anything. To be honest with you.
What do you mean? Like they're afraid of what? Afraid of?
I think they're afraid to make any statement at all because I'm afraid if they say, "Oh, we got a new console coming out," the community will rally up and go, "We told you the Wii U sucked. Ha! It was a failure. Time to move on, Nintendo." And so Nintendo kind of goes, "We're making a new console, but hey, you know what? We're still gonna support the Wii U.
Well, this is what they say. Once we launch a new platform, we naturally start to prepare for the next one. It takes several years to develop. None of this is news. They're all doing this.
Oh, absolutely.
They all do this.
I'm sure,
and that's fine. I get it, but them bringing it up, that probably means something. That's them going, ooh, it's not going good for us on the Wii U front. So we're already well on this, and you guys should be happy about that because we got something cool coming. Even though we're probably years away from anything.
Yeah.
So to me, it's a non-story because they're just trying to create a little fake PR.
A little PR.
And I love Nintendo, man. I love Nintendo. I want Nintendo to succeed and give me 20 good reasons to get a new console from them. So far, they've given me one, and it has Mario in it again. So. I mean, really, that's just the way it is. So if I want,
it's the truth.
I really want them to pull it out and figure this out because let's go back to them making some hot. Let's have another hot, cutting edge, technically cutting edge console come out on the market. Let's go back to awesome controllers. Don't gimmick that thing up. I don't need your touch screens. I don't need your other stuff. Just incredibly amazing games.
Right.
First party Nintendo games, and then I'll buy your new machine. I'll be ready.
Right. Nintendo usually brings in a new character in their whole lore usually during every console. Has there been anything for the Wii U that was just
no,
totally new content?
Nope.
No.
But name one on the Wii too. Wii Sports maybe, or the Mii
Wii
itself.
Sports.
Maybe that's
Yeah,
it.
that would probably be the thing.
Before that, GameCube, you'd probably say the
Luigi's Mansion,
cell shaded Zelda, Luigi, and Luigi getting in the front seat there for a bit.
Yep.
I got the Luigi outfit in Mario Golf. That thing gives me +3 to my drive, and I think another +1 to my sweet spot.
You can play Luigi, right?
Yeah, yeah. You can play. See, that's the thing is there's like an adventure mode thing where you're playing your Mii and you're accumulating all this stuff, but you can play just regular old ass golf and choose any of the characters. So I'll pull Wario out and have him go. Meh.
So what do you reckon Luigi's wearing on the memory card there when you're using his outfit? You think he's just wearing his little mustache there?
Yeah, he's naked. His wiener's out. Forrest Gump, 8-bit cinema. Did you watch this? It's pretty good, yeah. That's
pretty awesome.
It's pretty good. It's like they keep doing with these things. They take a movie or a TV show and say, hey, what would it be like if it was an 8-bit adventure game or something?
I would play this game. The only bad thing is, though, usually it's just humorous. It's just like, oh, that's clever. Oh, that's so clever.
Yeah.
I actually want to play this game.
Check it out. Forrest Gump. Press start. Okay, continue. Well, that's a loud sound. He has to run away from the bullies.
You have to run. You have to do the old 2-button run fast.
Run, Forrest, run. There's a mini game where you have to assemble a rifle real fast.
Right? I'm telling you, man, I would play this game.
It's pretty creative, actually.
Was there ever a Forrest Gump video game?
No, there was not. Because why would there be? Yeah, there's no way. Guaranteed there wasn't. And there wouldn't be one today, dude. Think about it. That movie's not a tie-in to a video game at all.
Lieutenant Dan.
This ain't no Star Wars or Spider-Man or any of that.
Right.
My favorite news of the last couple of weeks: the Unreal Tournament future has been explained. A new Unreal Tournament will be free. You get to help build it. It's community-driven and make mods and do all that stuff. You can even sell those mods within the game. It'll be a free-to-play platform. They're not going to have microtransactions in from them. I believe this is Unreal, a.k.a. Epic, doing a thing that helps them keep selling their engine because here's a showcase for it, and they can always be adding on to it and showing it off. And I don't care, even if it is a corporate ploy, because I am way stoked for a new Unreal Tournament.
Oh, me too. The only thing is, I think that I'm worried this might be in development hell for a long time.
No, I think fast. I'll bet we have this thing in the next. I'll bet they have the core of it now, and I'll bet they're done. I'll bet you by Christmas I'll bet you by Christmas we have this thing.
You think so?
Yep, I do.
All right.
And I believe you. Way excited about it.
You're pretty good with that kind of stuff. I think you have I think Biff came back in time and gave you a baseball book or something.
He did, and then he cleaned my car because I told him to.
Right.
What else here?
Clean my car, old man.
Let's talk about E3 real quick. So that's a week and a half? No, 2 weeks, something like that. There's a lot of things that could be predicted, but Nintendo is not doing a full-on press conference, so I predict virtually nothing from them. I hope they have something cool to show, but I really don't. I mean, if you're not going to have a giant press conference, then what are you doing? Sony, no idea, honestly. I think they're riding a wave right now. They're ahead in this new console generation by a pretty significant number, and I feel like they're going to do things that will help knock that home. I hope what that means is lots of exclusive, lots of third parties, lots of focus on indies like usual, and not dropping the ball because they got a lot to live up to. There's no Jack Tretton anymore, so I don't know who comes out and talks. But without Jack, it's not quite the same for me. I love Jack Tretton.
You think they'll parade out like a spaceship full of multiply diverse people? Just, you know what I mean? Multicultural
diversity? Probably not. Yeah. I think they're going to let developers talk a lot. I think they're into that right now. So I think you'll have a lot of devs on stage demoing things and talking about what's coming. And then they're going to show off some cool stuff like that 1839 or whatever it's called. I forgot the name. But anyway, that thing that no one quite knows what it is yet. Other exclusives like that. That's all very exciting, but I don't know that we should expect anything mind-boggling.
Right.
Somebody, I think there'll be a lot of Destiny stuff, but these are all known factors. As far as things that are not known, either they or Microsoft or both. It depends on who wants to spend the most money to do this, or if ZeniMax / what's their names don't even care. But Fallout 4 will be shown and announced. I'm sure of it. 100% sure of it. Yeah. That you got to have that game this fall, and I want that game so bad. So Fallout 4, my big prediction for next gen consoles coming up. And I don't know what Microsoft's going to do. They're going to have to do something big probably to kind of counter their current second place position with the new console. Continue to keep the 360 market healthy, which is still pretty dominant. You know, there's a lot they have to live up to after a pretty abysmal E3 last year. Like, don't forget, E3 last year, complete nightmare for Microsoft. Complete
wasn't good.
Horrible townusa.com.
Right.
It was bad.
Not while it was happening. They didn't realize.
They didn't, but we did.
They didn't realize what was happening at the time, and this the whole.
But we knew. We knew what was happening, and we knew it was falling apart. We knew it was real ugly and real quick, and Sony took advantage of them, and it was just bad scene.
Took advantage of them.
This year is their year.
They took them out back and took advantage of them.
This is their year to kick it back, and I'm excited to see what Microsoft does because I like me some Microsoft games. I just want to see what they do. And I'm going to
totally agree with you on almost all of that. I mean, I think that Nintendo's not going to have anything to say if they even get up. Sony is definitely gonna focus on their developer angle, and they're going to focus on a couple of new games, and they're going to talk about how this game will be able to do 60 frames per second at 1080, and it's all going to be focused on the good upcoming goodwill they've already fostered with gamers. They're totally going to focus on the gamer.
Hope so.
Microsoft, you're right. And Microsoft's going to get up and they're going to talk about sports or something and some TV stuff.
I bet they better not. That focus on TV was a mistake. They need to switch that up and not talk about that anymore.
At least 15 minutes of TV crap. I guarantee you they're going to be talking about the new. They're going to, of course, be talking about the new live subscription and how it's great now. It's going to be better than ever. We got it all figured out. And
I'll bet they do nothing but focus on games. So that's going to be our bet for E3, you and I.
Right.
You bet they're going to keep going back to that well of how this ties into your TV watching and your sports channels.
Stubborn.
And all that. I know they are, but I think they're in a point now where they got to not be stubborn. Sony was stubborn, and Sony figured out a way not to be so stubborn. So I feel like Microsoft may be in that same position. Even if they're not, I still predict more core game focus from them.
Right.
And I'm all for that.
It's 1930, Scott. 1930.
1930.
Not 1836 or whatever you said it was.
Whatever I said it was. I don't remember. Is it 19? That's not 1930. They're making that up in the chat room because they're TMS listeners and they're making fun of a Daryl thing. Here, you need to hear this so you know. Hold on. Daryl, the Trek nerd.
Yeah, the Trek nerd. I got it. I know him.
He sent this in once. Hold on, I got to find it now. 1930. Here it is. Check this out.
1930, 1930, 1930, 1930.
There you go. That's
I love
Daryl singing 1930.
That makes me laugh. I have no idea why he's singing 1930, though.
I don't either. It's really weird.
1930.
Here's what he said as a follow-up. You want to hear that?
Yes, please.
Here's what he said right there. Here you go. All right, that was it. Let's get to an email. Why not? Why not emails, I say?
You have emails?
Got one. Cindy wrote in and says, I just finished my playthrough of Metro. This is Metro Last Light, I believe. I assume that's one she means. And really liked it. The story and voice acting was great. I played through the audio set to Russian and English subtitles, so it felt a little more like I was in the game. I usually play these games with keyboard and mouse, but this one I switched over to controller, and it actually felt better. I would actually agree. I think that game's pretty good on a controller. Although, I don't know. Gun to my head, I think I'd still go keyboard and mouse. But anyway, whatever. Right. Besides being back in Diablo 3, I've started another playthrough of Mass Effect series, and instantly on Insanity difficulty, I finished Mass Effect 1, and what?
And halfway through Mass Effect 2.
For some reason, this is cutting off on my browser. I don't know why.
Oh, interesting.
I'm curious how many people are still... Oh, now it's working. That's weird. Still doing the multiplayer on ME3 for when I get to it, and what effect it will have on my ability to get 100% ally compliance. Thanks for the show, Cindy. So my understanding is there's still a pretty vibrant player base playing ME3 online. So you might be in good shape.
Right.
It's surprising, though, a little bit that that's still going strong. But I guess there are people still into that. So I think you'll be fine. It depends on how quick you get there, I suppose. But if you've already finished 1 and you're halfway through 2, I think you're on track. You'll be fine. Cindy has a lot of gaming time, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
I was about to say, because I'm like...
Good Lord.
Is this gonna be a trend? Because we've seen Nicole kind of go back and play through the BioShock series where we've got a full story arc. I mean, is this going to eat into new games time? I mean, is it going to stop us from doing that? You think it could a little bit of glut?
Yes and no. I feel like there's I don't know. Like when are we getting that the Watch Dogs? That's like a week, 2 weeks, next week.
Soon.
It's this month. So there's a lot coming up that will finally be like brand new shiny game.
Right.
That may determine a lot of things. I still don't know where I'm at with that game. I don't know if I want it or not. I can't tell. I know it's going to be good. It's not my problem. My problem is I don't know if I have the time for it.
I don't want to miss out, but yeah.
You might miss out.
I don't want to miss out.
Don't miss out, Brian.
I'm getting it. No, actually, I'm not, because I'm going to be too busy playing Wolfenstein.
Good for you.
That game I'm going to get.
That game's going to be good.
We're kicking it old school.
Yeah, I forgot about that game. That game's going to be awesome. Speaking of old school, or speaking of Wolfenstein, Steen. I say Steen. What do you say, Stein?
Wolfenstein.
I say Steen.
I say Wolfenstein.
All right. You're from the South. You can be forgiven.
Frankenstein.
Our old school game today is Kung Fu Master. Nothing to do with that game. And about 10 years before that game even came out. It's Kung Fu Master 1984. It was an arcade game known in Japan as Spartan X.
Yeah.
Real dumb. Real dumb.
Worse than Kung Fu Master?
Yep.
All right.
No. Yes.
No.
I mean,
close.
No.
Close.
It is a 1984 beat-em-up arcade game developed and published in Japan by Irem. It is later published here in North America by Data East, and the Japanese version was based on the Jackie Chan movie Wheels on Meals. That was known as Spartan X in Japan. Again, real stupid naming.
Right.
Anyway,
it was tied in much better.
It is really, really weird. Also contains.
Would you have played it if it had been called Wheels on Meals? Arcade game?
Probably not. No.
Probably not. Yeah.
No, I think it was the right name to call it Kung Fu Master over here because I think it fit our. That's smart. That's actually good marketing. But why was it called Spartan X? That's dumb too. Anyway. It contains elements of Bruce Lee's Game of Death as well. It's a very early beat 'em up, real simple characters. Left, right, punch, bam, kick, boom, done.
Boom.
The plot is simple. The player takes the role of Thomas. He was not alone. Thomas was alone.
I was about Thomas. Was that for our American sensibilities?
Maybe not though. That may have just been the character. Right. I mean, maybe they were trying to get us interested. I don't know. But Thomas's girlfriend Sylvia got kidnapped by criminals, and Thomas must fight through 5 side-scrolling floors of enemies to rescue her. Brutally summarized as "Rescue Girlfriend Hit People." The U.S. and U.K. versions open with the explanation: a Kung Fu Master, Thomas, and Sylvia were attacked by some unknown guys.
Some unknown guys. We don't know who these guys are.
At the end, it said in parentheses, so Sylvia was kidnapped by them, unquote.
Right.
Let's not see Brian playing it. Let's hear somebody else play it, because you did not play it poorly or otherwise.
I couldn't get it to work.
All right, Google. Why are you so slow today? Here we go. Sylvia, you're low. Okay. Here we go. Kung Fu Master. Go. But that's real bad sound sampling, isn't it?
Not bad for 84.
I know this music. I remember it. Okay. We're better at games now. I'm just saying.
Maybe a little bit.
A lot better now than we used to be. That was
but it's still a fun game. I remember playing it back in the day. It kind of took me into that Rolling Thunder thing that I did not too long after that. 87, 88?
Yeah. I used to love Rolling Thunder.
Oh, yeah, me too.
It was a good game. We've talked about that on the show before. And we've done many things on the show before. One of them is finish it. We're done. We're out.
We're done?
That's it? We're done. We've completed what we came here to do. If you folks at home want to email us, you can. podcast@finalscoreshow.com. On the website, finalscoreshow.com. Find us on Twitter, TFS Show, Scott Johnson, The Brian Dunaway, and Nicole Spag. You can find us all over the damn place. Brian, anything you got going on you want to mention?
Of course. Last night, Scott Johnson appeared on episode 200 of Comics Coast to Coast, which you'll hear this Friday when I post it.
You guys, your slow posting schedule, man, that would kill me.
Hey, I have a life or something.
You do. You're fine. You're good. I'm with you. Yeah, it was fun to be on there. Thanks for that. That was a good time. I enjoyed it.
You were great.
Yeah.
You were fantastic. If you're not interested in comics at all, don't worry. Scott didn't talk about comics.
Yeah, there was a lot of talk about a lot of things. Let's say that. If you're interested in life, that's the episode for you.
was fun.
That's it for me and Brian. Oh, Brian's always got other cool stuff going on, so make sure you follow him on Twitter.
Absolutely.
The Brian Dunaway, everybody.
That's me.
Nicole will be back next time. She'll feel better. We'll probably hear from Casey next time. I don't know what happened to him tonight, but he was a no-show. It's all right. We'll play this.
Hey, I got it.
It's just for him. Yeah.
I got a quiz for you.
Go.
Who wasn't here tonight?
Nicole, Casey, and Nicole and Casey. That's going to do it for us, everybody. Thank you all for being here. If you've got questions for us, if you love us, if you like us, tell us so. Give us reviews on iTunes or wherever podcasts are downloaded. I think that's it. Watch for my Mario codes. I'll be putting them on Twitter soon, @ScottJohnson. I'm excited about those. They're real easy to get into, quick to play. Doesn't take that much commitment. It's going to do it for us, for me, for Brian, and for the ill and ailing Nicole. We'll see you next time. Oh. Classic Rob Gabers, man.
We did it. Classic Rob Goobers.
I love his stuff.
I do too. I miss Rob.
He make me happy.
He does good stuff.
So that's it. We did it.
Mother.
We've done what we came here to do, man.
We did do what we came to do.
So how you feel about the Wednesday thing? Does it work for you? We're good?
Works for me.
Does it work for you? I don't want it to be a pain for anybody.
Nah, it's not, because I usually have to do is I get the boys around 5 o'clock, and then we hang out in town until about 6:30. Then I drop them off at the Churchies, and then I come back home and I record the podcast.
The Churchies. Tape is rolling.
Churchies.
That's great. Well, may your evening be all that it was meant to be.
Aww.
And let's do this again, man.
Absolutely.
You're one of the good guys.
Thanks, man.
Okay, Brian. Bye.
You too.
Okay.